So what's up, everybody? It's been a while. My life's been kind of busy, and I've just been dealing with a lot of stuff, so I haven't really been on the YouTube that much. But I will be back on it. We're gonna get back into it officially. Try to catalog as much as I can and just be as thorough as I can, and actually put out videos on time. But I'm currently on my way to VAG Fair, which is Volkswagen Audi Group Fair. For those of you that are snickering, that means something completely different to Volkswagen people. But the Civic has had issues. I got it running fine for like a day or two, and it was like a week or two. It was great, full boost, it was amazing. But then on the way to Waterfest, it developed a throttle body alignment issue that could not be solved through the VCDS, or just by clearing lights or doing anything. So entering the Baltimore tunnel, it would only do about 5 to 2 miles an hour going back up. It pretty much just came to a stop. Fortunately, it was kind of slow, so I didn't cause that much traffic, but still, yeah. So the next day, I'm planning on getting a new throttle body, try to fix the issue and get to Waterfest, and the shifter in this Jetta breaks off at the bottom. This is like 14 hours after the Civic breaks down and the other car breaks. So I just didn't make it to Waterfest. It was a huge bummer. The car had been running relatively fine for like 3,000 or more miles. It just made it to New York, Pennsylvania multiple times. But yeah, it just took to a degree, I'm just over it. I suspected that the problem is either in the tune or just in the general setup. It might need a retune or go standalone. I don't feel like doing that. So I'm currently on my way to this car show in the Jetta, which is bittersweet because I haven't driven it in like a while, or like in general to car shows. So I've been driving a Jetta to a car show for like 11 years or more. So it's good to get back to the stomping grounds, I guess. It's a bit dirty, but more importantly, as you can see, it's also empty. There's nothing back there. It's quite disheveled. There's stuff everywhere, stuff laid down. But that's because I'm picking something up at this car show for the Civic, and I'm really excited about it. It's what I should have done probably a while ago, but didn't. Out of stubbornness, I guess. But there's a reason that most people don't tune the Mark IV 2.0. There's just not enough support for it. No one really knows what to do. So, picking up something for the Civic that should be quite interesting. I'm pretty excited about it. It's going to be a pretty big upgrade. And yeah, I got about 20 more minutes on my drive, and I'm pretty excited to see what I'm about to get. Alright, so I'm all done at VAG Fair, and I picked up a 2001 1.8T AWP engine And then a surprise to me, it even has a KO4 turbo, which is the upgraded turbo for like this engine. It's off certain Audis. This is gonna go in the Civic. We're gonna get it working. We're gonna get it tuned, since people can actually mess with this engine, which has been one of the faults of my 2.0 build from the get-go. So pretty excited about this. Full accessories, I'm gonna swap as much 2.0 stuff as I can because it's just cleaner and I know it works. This engine does need a rebuild. It does smoke. We're just gonna throw rings, valve seals, and a head gasket on it, or just a head gasket if I take it apart and that's all that's wrong with it. But I mean, KO4 1.8T engine, I can't complain. And actually, there's also internal parts for this engine, so in the future you can even build this to even higher levels and have the world's fastest Volkswagen powered Civic. Alright, we're just getting the engine cleaned up here. What I just removed is the secondary injection system. It doesn't really have any performance benefit, like in general. It's pretty much just to make the car run a little bit cleaner, recirculate those gases. You don't really see any gains or anything like that from moving. It's just really to clean up the way it looks, but I don't need it. It looks messy. It's a lot of it, so we're just gonna get rid of it all. There is so much oil down in here. It's just caked up. Yeah, it's just really messy. So we're gonna go ahead and clean it all up as much as I can, pop the head off, see what might be wrong with this engine. It's smoked with low compression. Got it a deal for that reason, but with any luck, it's just the head gasket. If not, I do already have rings. Anything else I would need to fix a smoky motor. Hopefully there's not just like the most shaft play in this thing. Yeah, I don't believe this is a real KO4. It is a... Yeah, so dirty. XS Power KO4. I don't like how much that moves. I hope it's a journal bearing. I don't see any scouring marks, but an awful lot of shaft play. Hopefully it's alright. It spins freely though. So in light of all that shaft play, I was going to leave the turbo on, but we're going to go ahead and take it off just to kind of confirm exactly where the oil is coming from, because as you can see, you're probably not because it's really sunny out, but there's a lot of oil coming out of this. It's like wet. Alright, so evidence shows that indeed the oil is coming out of the engine at that kind of slow spot right before the wastegate. That kind of dark area is like wet oil in there. What up, Popper? Alright, well, that's not what I wanted to see. I know why it's smoking, but that's not what I wanted to see. That is completely burned off. Damn. It's actually really not good. Something, well, I guess pieces of the piston adventured around here. This one is okay. This one's about to suffer the same fate. Alright, so I got the block torn down. I got these 3 cylinders out. There is, in all honesty, like, extremely minimal damage done to the actual cylinder walls. Like, I'm looking at some cross-hatching that's still present right now. But the real kicker is this cylinder 4. This one that is obviously messed up. It's the last one to go, and I can only imagine, literally from the top you can see the oil scraping rings looking down on this piston top. So we're going to go ahead and pull it out. Son, what? I gotta, nah, hold on. Absolute devastation. That's just a straight hole that goes from, wow, it's just melted. Absolutely melted. Like, there's not even a ring here. It's just space. Nothing's here anymore. God, it's just a hole. But yeah, amazingly, it's really not, like, I don't even feel anything, really. I don't feel any real roughness or scratches. So we're just gonna slap a hone on this, see how it takes it. And if it takes it okay, we're just gonna go ahead and put some new pistons and rings in here. I already had the rings. I wasn't prepared for this level of devastation. I still really can't believe this. Just like, I've only seen that in pictures, not in real life. Alright, real quick before this storm rolls in is, so the 2.0 and the 1.8T are realistically the exact same block. They're just bored. The 1.8T is an 81 millimeter bore, and the 2.0 is an 82 millimeter, 82 and a half, 82, doesn't matter. But in general, the actual block is the exact same. Like, there's a couple differences, but the physical block is the exact same. So this is, for instance, this is the 1.8T block. There's where the tensioner was. You can see the outline of it right there. Bolt hole for the 1.8T tensioner. But yeah, you go over to this side. Yeah, this is the 2.0, and there is that bolt hole and that bolt hole. They weren't used on this for the timing, but they are there. Another similarity, there's an oil passage right on the other side of this. On a 1.8T, it's simply tapped. And I think that is the other one that's then tapped. And they both have oil squirters, or at least the 2.0 does. On the 1.8T, it's just tapped. That's exactly where that hole is on the 2.0. So, like, there's a lot of platform sharing. It's essentially the exact same block, just with a different bore. Cool. Little power outage. That needs to not happen. Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with the fine grit like one more time, because there's a little bit of the rougher grit still there, but I mean, they all clean up well considering. There's like one, can't even really see it. Yeah, it's like a tiny, you can't feel with your fingernail. Other than that, they all cleaned up just fine. So we're just gonna go ahead and wait for the new pistons, put it back together, hope for the best. In all honesty, in the future, I'll probably get another block for this, at least a bottom end, just for peace of mind, just to have. But hey, who knows? Maybe it'll just be fine. We're gonna get rid of these fuel injectors due to the nature of the damage to this engine. Basically, you should not trust either these injectors or the tune. So we're actually gonna use the injectors out of the 2.0 setup, Bosch Greens. They're 440cc. Which would be good enough for a mild tune. Gonna have Euro Customs do it. They've done the one on my Jetta, my VR before. But yeah, between that, the tune, and the new injectors, yeah, we should be good to put that thing in here. I'm not looking for like absurd amount of power, but it should definitely be easily capable of 250. Like, if I would be very disappointed if it made anything less than that. I probably wouldn't take it to 300 given the nature of the stock pistons, but hey, who knows? Who knows what the future holds for this. But yeah, that's about it for now. I'm going to go ahead and eat some dinner. It is hot. It's been hot. But yeah, stay tuned.